Faith Watchers, welcome back to Faith, Family, and Fun Reviews. If you're new here on this channel, I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. Happy Sunday, y'all, and welcome back. And let me ask his now before I forget. How y'all doing? How was y'all weekend? Have y'all watched anything? Anything y'all want to tell me about? Please drop it in the comments because y'all know I am here for it. But yes, I settled all of that. But I want to let y'all a little bit of update. I have just recorded my season finale of County Rescue. So it's already recorded, okay? I just have not edited it yet. So I don't know if you're going to actually get it today, but at the latest tomorrow, I'm going to definitely try to get it out there today, okay? Because I know the season finale does air on Great American tonight. So I want to really have it available for y'all to kick back out there watching, chill with me, hang out with me. But we'll see what happens. But it's definitely recorded. It's definitely on the way. I just have to edit it. And because I'm not sure if you're going to get it today, I was like, let me go ahead and do this video. So you'll get something, right? But yes, we're going to go ahead and get started with our special feature today, which is titled Heart of the Country. You can actually find this film streaming on different platforms. But first, let me tell y'all what this film is about. Let's see. Okay, after Faith's husband is jailed for fraud, she leaves her life of luxury behind to return to her rural hometown and be near her father and sister. Now, Faith Watchers out there, I had such an amazing time with this film. It had so many different elements in there that I definitely appreciated. Perfect web of storytelling here because it does capture you, okay? You're just in that web of beauty and love and forgiveness and redemption. And I love second chances, and here we do get to experience second chances here. Here we meet the beloved character Faith. Faith is super, super sweet, a dreamer, and that's where I can really relate to her there because she took off from a country town to become a singer, went to the big city, and ended up meeting someone that turned out to be her husband. His name is Luke. And then her and Luke has gone through a great deal of things. I don't think they have been married very, very long. I don't think that they actually share that information here. But we do go through a lot of flashbacks to get an idea of what their relationship was like, what it was like when they were dating and that engagement point and when they did get married. Because a lot of things do happen here. We do get to see what's going on with Luke, her husband, in real time. But you're like, what in the world? What you doing over here, boy? How you get over that? What happened? And so when Faith does revisit that and we see this buildup of the story unfolding through her flashbacks, I love that element. I do love that. I don't know. It's just something about it. It's something about going to the past and then coming back to the future. I guess because us as human beings, we tend to do that anyway. Like a lot of times, especially if you have moments of regret or moments of celebrations or whatever, we can, that's the beauty of memories. We can go back in time in a sense. And I love that element there. Like, we don't have that sense of time or that control, a lot of us would love to have that gift of time. But in a sense, you do have that when you think about your memories because you can go back as far as you want, or you can kind of dream ahead and see where you would like to be. So that's one of the cool parts. As a man thinketh, so is he. And we do get to see this element unfold here with Faith. Faith does have an older sister named Olivia. And her and Olivia are like total opposite. Olivia stayed in the country, looked after her mom and dad, got a family of her own, a husband, settled down with their own children. And she's pretty satisfied in going to church, being over the choir. And that seems to do it for Olivia. However, Faith, I don't think that would have been enough for her. And that's why she was so eager to get out and follow her dreams. She's just one of those type that have to see. I have to see if this works. This is what I want. This is what I'm about. And then unfortunately, when you're like that, when you're so driven and you're so ambitious, sometimes it's like you're making a choice. Sometimes in those moments when you're following your dream that hard, that you lose the time that you could have had with others. Because life is still going for them. Life is still unfolding for your mom and dad back home and for your sister. And even though you're living in your real time and you're just going, you're chasing your dream and in a sense, and then you're falling in love and you're living your life, it almost makes you feel like time stopped for everybody else. But it didn't, because life still happened. Her mom ended up going through different things that she wasn't around to even be a part of that, and had no idea what was going on back home. And all of these different regrets that kind of stayed with Faith when she did return back to that reality, the reality of that, hey, life is still happening for other people. And I love that Olivia, her sister, broke that down for her. Like, her sister almost said it in a kind of snobbish little way like that. But I don't think her sister is like, I think her sister is more disappointed because she loves her so much, and she would have loved for Faith to been around to experience these different moments in everybody's world and all these different celebrations and loss and everything. And Faith kind of abandoned everyone and left them to tend to whatever life threw their way, and she had no idea and never gave it a second thought of what could be going on with other people. Because like I said, that's the thing, when you're so ambitious and you're so caught up in following your dream and living your life, unfortunately you kind of miss the lives of others. And that's kind of what Faith has to deal with when her husband does advise her and gives her that wise counsel, probably the wisest counsel that he's given her in this period of time when he is incarcerated, is to go back home. Faith, just go. He didn't want her out there fending for her life on the streets of New York, because he does come from a rich household. So Faith is used to the best of things, having been married to him. And that's the kind of life that they live. They lived a very privileged life, a very privileged marriage together. And he did not want her to deal with the mess that he has created. And he didn't know how long this mess would last, and he didn't want her to stick around for that. He just like, just go home. And Faith does take his advice and go home, but she does go home with a lot of questions. Like, she cannot believe that she felt like their marriage was kind of a lie. Like, she gave him plenty of opportunities to be honest with her about his work and what went down. And I love that Luke did say the best thing he could have said to her, which I really felt the sincerity of his words is like, he didn't tell her because she would have been right up in there with him. And I love that he protected his wife from that. Yes, he could have went about it in a different way, which he does learn a little bit later along down the road. But in the moment, he did the best that he could do with what he did have, the knowledge that he did have. And one thing he did have about himself is he is a protector. He is a provider, and he wanted to provide and protect Faith for as long as he could for all of his days. And he felt like he was doing the right thing by not letting her in, because if things went down, which they did go down, like, she knew nothing anyway. So it's not like she can get caught up in this little thing that he got caught up in, because she had no clue. And so I did appreciate that element about it, because I'm like, okay, you should, that's what a husband should do. You should protect her. And he loved her and protected her dearly with his life, and he was always good to Faith and was always faithful to her. And she had to really go back and kind of like understand, how did this all went down? Where did this come from? Is this the man that she known? Is this the same man that she married? So we go through all these different elements here when Faith does go back home. And I love that her dad was supportive regardless of how he felt about the mistakes that Luke made, which landed him in the state that he's in. But her dad did basically try to put it before her that at the end of the day, that is your husband. God can work this out. And he really was more about that, to the point where like he was the one that bridge to bring them back together. And I just love that element there, because it's so many times that parents and different people, when you invite other people into your circumstances or your relationships, that people tend to put on you what their experiences was like, instead of the right thing, instead of it being biblical counsel. So I really do appreciate that all the characters here that Faith relied on and depended on and went to, because she trusted, they always gave her biblical counsel. They didn't give her what they felt she should do or what they would have done. They showed her basically in the word, this is what God would want. And so I so appreciated that. And overall, I just had a good time with this film. Like, Faith is so lovable and likable, and I just love, it's just so many aspects about her. She has that innocence there that really helps you as younger women relate to her. And like I said, she's a dreamer, so right there we have that connection. We share that connection right there. But overall, this film was such a blessing. It's gonna leave you so hopeful and inspired with whatever God has you on, whatever journey you're on right now. So before I leave y'all for today, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the scripture. I'm about to say special feature. I don't like to rewind. No, we doing no rewinds. We going forward, right? So we coming out of, let's see, Psalms chapter 51 verse 12, and it reads, "Restore to me the joy of your salvation and uphold me by your generous spirit." So that's all I have for y'all for this video. Y'all be on the lookout for that County Rescue season finale review / recap, and y'all let me know what's going on, how y'all doing, how y'all enjoying the channel and thus far and all of that good stuff. So until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.